Welcome back to Three Dudes in a Basement. Today we are here joined by, once again, the lovely, amazing, talented Joey.
2 terms.
And then we got another special guest over here. His name is Cameron. Say hello, Cameron.
What to do, babies?
And as always, your hosts, Brandon.
Yo, what up, my gangsters?
Austin.
What up?
And Daniel. All right, first topic of the day.
We should really have these already.
I know, shut up.
And Daniel.
I like how you introduced me and Cameron first, and then you guys.
Yeah, you got to introduce the whole. You got to introduce the guest first.
No, I prefer to be
midway.
spoken about last.
All right, I'm sorry. Next time you're on,
It was in my rider. I told you this before the show.
It was also in your writer that we should give you Nature's Touch water in your trailer.
Whoa, sponsor? No way. We're not sponsored by Nature's Touch, by the way. Just letting everyone
Go to your local trip and get your Nature's Touch water today. All right. The first topic of the day. Do you think the Raiders should have stayed in Oakland? Do you think it was a good move for them to go to Las Vegas?
Yes.
It's where the money's at.
That and they need a fresh start.
Brandon?
For the team and the NFL, I would agree with that. For Oakland, no.
No.
California already has so many teams. I think it's good that they're finally getting rid of
It's
them.
also better for the players because California has a massive state tax,
Yeah.
and Nevada's isn't as bad, or they don't have one, or something like that.
Have you seen their stadium? It looks like a freaking Roomba.
I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like one of those robots. Yeah. All right. So we agree. So that was a quick topic, actually. He says they shouldn't. They should have gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what does this mean for Oakland? Does it mean
These
do
are
you think,
screwed.
Yeah, do you think they try and get another team to come there?
I don't think they should.
The Las
Like I
Vegas,
said, there's already so many teams in California.
So many 3 other teams.
I mean, they
Exactly.
had more teams than any other state, though.
Fair enough.
Las Vegas team's going to go into either bankruptcy or new ownership or whatever, and they're going to come right back to Oakland like last time.
Yeah. Or LA is gonna go back to San Diego. All right. And I forgot to mention this one last time. Las Vegas Knights fire their, what was it, GM? Coach? Their head coach? What's his name?
George Galliant.
How do you feel about it, Brandon, since you were so heated I didn't bring it up last time?
Well, it's not like you right before the podcast, like not even a minute in, you told us that we're going to definitely talk about that, and then you didn't.
I'm sorry. I don't think our listeners lost sleep over it, because I know I didn't.
Oh, I got like 2 hours for that.
But it was a very questionable move.
How so?
Well, Galliant was the coach that got them, that led to them having so much success, and it's not his fault that the goalie 875 or 875 I think save percentage.
I have no idea. I don't follow the Knights.
It's I believe it's 875.
8.75%.
0.875%, which is terrible.
That's terrible.
I don't need to follow hockey to know that.
90% is the baseline. If you're just average or anything above that,
So he's below average.
yeah, he is below
These
average.
like in the depths of hell,
Yeah.
below average.
And right now, the Golden Knights are only a 500 team. I think. Well, they just lost last night, so it'll be
Which
one,
is very strange when they were like Stanley Cup contenders. What?
Didn't they win the Stanley Cup, or were they just in
They were in the
short.
finals?
They were in the finals, but they were short.
They also the Penguins in there.
That just proves how.
Yeah, Penguins.
Yeah, Penguins. I didn't like the whole expansion draft. It makes them overpowered, but at the same time, it's just like
They're not so overpowered anymore.
that's because 4 years down the road, they still got the same contracts as when they, when the team gave up the players. Like they don't like Marc-Andre Fleury. He's not the same player. Nobody. He's old. He's rusted up. They threw him away this season, this coming up season because he got so bad. He had his prime, and then afterwards just fell off. I don't even think he's still with anybody. But from
Knights gave him away, or they released him.
they released him. But I think it was more ownership just wanted a new face, and I think it was totally stupid that they did it in that way. I think that they should have went and got new players.
So you don't think it was his fault? You think it
It's
was
not his
more
fault
of management's
entirely.
fault?
And Gallion will find a job, probably with the Sabres.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about the
Dude.
what?
Did y'all see the score of the? I think it was the Dallas Stars and Minnesota Wild game.
Yep.
No.
The Wild beat the Stars 7-0.
Wilds are gonna win the Stanley Cup. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
just surprised that the Wild's defense managed to not allow a single goal for once.
For once.
And I can talk crap since I'm a Blackhawks fan.
Bro, me too. High five.
And they're below us now, so
Yes, finally, another team's below the Blackhawks. All right, next topic.
by the way, congrats on Patrick Kane on his 1,000th goal.
Yeah, Patrick Kane, my guy. Love you. Come on our show. And then appear on our show. Okay. Next topic. The Odell incident in the LSU locker room after the championship game. By the way, great championship game. Probably one of the best showings of Joe Burrow's talents, in my opinion. Him and Thaddeus Moss broke a record. I don't remember what the record was, but pretty dope that Randy Moss's son breaks a record in college.
And then he declared for the draft.
And then he declared for the draft. All right. So the incident is Odell was actually one of my topics, so we'll just kind of combine them.
Of him handing out.
Yeah, he handed out money, and he slapped an officer's ass in the locker room. So therefore, there was an arrest warrant put out for him. Do you think that
Sorry, he slapped an officer's ass.
he slapped an officer right in the butt in the locker room because he was like, I think he was.
What is the officer doing in the locker room?
I think
Security.
Security. I think he was.
It was just security, and supposedly he was trying to tell the players not to smoke the cigars. Or
Yeah, when in the video
And,
you could see one of them put him in a Gatorade bottle, put it out.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand what the problem
Yeah.
was.
Supposedly that was the reason why he was so in the locker room, was to make it stop. This happened after everybody started doing the cigarettes and cigars, from what I've heard. And he was just there. Obviously, there's going to be security guards in the locker room outside.
Right.
But after that, because it's a no smoking zone, obviously, that's
But
why
players
the guard
always
was in
do
there.
that, do they not?
Probably behind closed doors.
Yeah, there's not videos of
But
them.
technically, you're not supposed
You're not going
to
to see
do that.
George Kittle after, they just won the NFC Championship. You're not going to see George Kittle smoking a cigar on the internet.
I'm pretty sure there were videos of Brewers players smoking cigars after they.
Maybe it's stadium by stadium.
It could be.
It's probably different stadium policies. But do you think that an arrest warrant should have been put out for him?
No.
I mean,
Cameron, let's start with you, actually.
It's just a one tap. He was celebrating, right?
He was, I think, I don't remember what he was doing.
Then,
But
no.
they were celebrating.
The cop even turned
Like-
around and looked at him.
Like, what are
didn't
you
do
doing? Don't do it again.
Oh,
How do
it
you-
was a male
Like,
cop.
arrest warrant
Yeah,
for that
Well, I assumed
shit.
it was a female cop.
Yeah, and
Oh,
you gotta,
was it?
it was a male cop.
It was the male.
Oh,
I mean,
Slap
technically,
ass.
it's still technically assault on a police officer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I guess.
Technically, it
Claims
falls
it
under
like
that.
Because you're.
I bet.
I don't know,
bet
Cameron,
someone-
you're
It's,
illegal.
it's not like he's going for his fucking gun or anything. He's just slapping him on the ass.
I don't know, Cameron, you're a legal expert. Is that an assault on an officer or no?
Technically, if he claimed it like that,
I bet,
But-
the officer wasn't going to do anything, and then someone saw the video or something and was like, bro, you could get a lot of money out of that. And he's like, oh, shit, you're right.
that could be
then
also
he's-
one.
That was Odell.
No, it was Odell Beckham.
Money.
How do you feel about him handing cash to players, though, who just won the national championship? Like,
The NCAA can't really do anything about it. They're going to the draft. All the players that he was giving money to are going to the draft.
But
You
do
think-
they know that?
I'm pretty
Couldn't
sure
they
all
still
the
come
players
down
are-
on the school?
No.
Because it happened, and they're like.
it happened in their locker room, not their specific locker room in Baton Rouge, but it was in New Orleans. So like,
You think team officials or school
It's
officials
not
would be there?
school and team officials. It's the NCAA.
Well, they still have a responsibility to report that.
They won't.
Yeah,
But-
I don't care if
I
they do
think-
or not, but
I think for the school and the team's sakes, they're probably just going to let the NCAA have at it and just do what comes upon what the NCAA says.
yeah, because I don't think he faced any punishment for handing out money to players.
No, but technically, players can't receive money.
Well, yeah, if you're in college.
Yeah, so.
Really?
Yeah, you can't receive money in college for playing.
Chase Young, an Ohio State player, got suspended for 2 games for accepting a loan from a family friend.
How do you feel about
I kinda
that?
feel like that's kind of stupid.
Okay, why?
And Chase Young paid them back.
Yeah, he paid them back.
So what then? I mean, if it's your money that you want to give it away.
There's speculation that it might have been boosters for the school.
Oh.
So, like, come if you come to our school, we'll help you out with some certain
No,
things.
it's any money.
Yeah.
Like you
players
can, like that's why
Reggie
NCAA.
Bush lost his Heisman because I think he accepted a car and a house.
Yeah.
That's why like NCAA, like the video game, isn't a thing anymore because they would have to pay players for their likeness, and you can't accept money
although
in
it is
college.
changing. I'm not sure if it's next year, but
I think there's a couple colleges that are like, yeah, you can.
no, there.
No, it's the
Except-
NCAA.
Yeah, the NCAA finally changed that though in the future, but it's still not changed right now. So technically, they're still by.
Technically,
Violating
it's
the
still bad.
It's very odd though because anybody can get paid for their likeness. So
It's
strange that they
it's
be
strange
able
that
to pay
college
for
players.
likeness.
Yeah, it's strange that college players can't get paid for a video game that they're gonna be in. So
Yeah.
like, I don't get it.
Which I mean, I get for like at least for the video game's sake, like you don't want to go into that because that uses the player's name and image and stuff like that. So technically, you're making money off of that athlete, and it's not fair for the athlete. And it's not like the athlete can say, "You're making money off of me. You owe me money." Because
I feel like they should only be able to take the likeness of players that are like, gonna go into the draft or are like seniors.
It's hard to like manage that. Though,
Yeah, it's hard
I wouldn't
to-
even know, honestly.
Yeah,
Right,
it's hard to know.
right.
I mean, Joe Burrow last year, there was like, undrafted, maybe a 6th-round pick, and now
Yeah.
it's going to be the potentially the first overall pick.
and the game comes out before the season even starts,
Right.
So
It's kind of like
But-
it's kind of like Madden in that aspect too.
yeah, it is.
You
But
know,
going
it's
back to
gonna
the whole Odell thing,
Oh yeah,
I
we
think
got way
that
off topic.
the
Do you think he should have been punished for handing out money, Cameron?
No.
No.
Yeah, you just cut Brandon off.
Yeah, sorry.
Brandon, I'm sorry. I always cut people off. Brandon, go ahead. Back to the old Odell thing.
I think that going back to Odell, I think that it's best. I don't think that worst I can see is a fine, minimum fine. I don't see anything like he has to go to jail.
Are you talking to like?
Who's going to find him, though?
I'm talking for the
school?
No, the police.
Yeah,
The
that,
police
yeah.
officer,
Oh, yeah.
But going to the school,
He's not giving money. He's not giving money to the school. He's giving the money to the
if
players,
Odell,
though.
yeah, but if Odell, the worst punishment he can get from anybody that's fair is the NFL.
Yeah, but what
That'd
would
be
the
only
NFL
fine.
do?
But I don't think the NFL will do anything.
It's not a big deal,
Because it's not like the NCAA is going to go after Odell.
right?
Yeah,
There's
he's
no reason.
an NFL player. They can't
Yeah.
really do anything.
There's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that LSU can do about it. There's nothing that state can do, anything else. It's just the NFL that can do it.
Yeah, or the Browns organization.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is part of the NFL. So if they do want to like cut him for that reason,
They're not going to cut him for handing out money and
what are they
hitting
going
an
to do? What are
officer.
they going to do to Odell?
It might be a good
They
reason.
give him
though.
a suspension or a fine or something.
You're going to suspend a dude that just gave money. You really think that's going to happen, though?
No, but that's the only
You're
punishment
going
I
to
could
suspend him one preseason game.
Exactly. That's probably the worst that he would get is just handing out cash to players. He didn't really do anything wrong.
I don't see the Browns doing anything.
Well, I remember the Browns. There was a whole thing with like Odell and certain Browns players that were saying, come get me off the Browns." Maybe they used that for one of the reasons to get rid of him because he didn't have the best year this year.
No.
He came out and said that he wanted to stay with the Browns after that, though. So I don't know how.
I'm just saying
Trustworthy
that could be like, this is the reason we're getting rid of him. Is because he did this at the national championship.
It would be a pity excuse, but it would be a reason.
Completely stupid excuse.
Like, they'll face a lot of backlash for that, but at the same time, I mean,
I love how
I'm very-
everyone thought the Browns were finally going to be good this season.
They have
I
the
heard a lot of
talent for
boomer
it.
busts. Like they're either gonna be really good or bad.
They have the talent for it.
It's kind of like the Cavaliers in like 2016.
16. Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast
Yeah, I would say a
before.
lot of teams that go big in free agency, they ended up not doing too great. In
It's
regular
because of the
season.
chemistry.
Yeah.
They have good
Or
chemistry.
you have too many superstars that you're not able to distribute the ball.
There is a team out there right now that could say differ. That would
The
be
Chiefs.
the Lakers right now.
And the Chiefs.
The Lakers.
Chiefs Kingdom, by the way. Go Chiefs in Super Bowl 54.
Did you realize that the Roman numeral spells live?
Really?